I'm going to describe how you can expose a machine learning model as a REST API using Python. I'll be using an example of a random forest classifier I trained to determine whether someone has diabetes, and I'll make this available from a REST API. So the user for a REST call can pass in the model inputs, such as their body mass index, if they're smoked, their blood sugar levels, etc. And the API will return a prediction, the value 1 if it predicts them as having diabetes, or 0 if not. You can use a free tool called Swagger to test and run REST APIs. So here you can see the endpoint path diabetes predict, and it takes the request body. These are the inputs to the model, the body mass index, the smoking history, etc. And when that REST call is executed, a prediction is returned in the response body. Here it has a value 1 indicating diabetes. If you want to see the code on how to train a random forest classifier to predict diabetes, you can check out one of my earlier videos. If you follow the code in that video, but also add the additional steps of dumping the model, because once you've trained the model, you'll need to dump it into a pickle file so the REST code will be able to upload and use the model. To do this, you'll need to do the following. Import joblib. Then after calling fit to train the classifier, you'll call joblib.dump, dumping out the classifier to a pickle file, which the REST API code will be able to upload and call. I'll now cover how to create the REST API using Python. You need to pip install fastAPI as follows. fastAPI is a Python library which enables you to quickly create REST APIs. UVcorn is a server which can be used to serve Python web applications. You'll also need to pip install pandas for data formatting. You'll need to do the following imports. fastAPI, Pydantic base model. We'll use that to create the inputs to the model. Also joblib to upload the model we've dumped, and pandas for data formatting. So the first step is to call joblib.load, loading that random forest model pickle file we'd previously created. Then define the inputs to our model. So here we're creating a new class input data, which is inheriting from the Pydantic base model class with the following data attributes: body mass index, which is an integer, the HbA1c blood sugar level, which is a float, smoking current, which is integer, which has value 1 or 0, depending on whether they're currently smoking, smoke ever, which has a value of 1 or 0, depending on whether they've ever smoked in their lives. You then create an instance of the fastAPI class. Here we're using a decorator to declare the get operation on the root path. This will simply return a message saying it's a diabetes classifier machine learning API. We'll now move on to the main prediction code for the REST API. Here we're using a decorator for the post operation with the following endpoint path, diabetes predict. We're defining a function predicted diabetes which takes the input data to the model, and it starts by converting the input data to a dictionary and then just simply extracts BMI, the blood sugar levels and the smoking inputs, as we will be reformatting them to the appropriate format for our machine learning model. This is where we're doing the reformatting. We're creating a dictionary which we then pass in the properties we just extracted, but with slightly different names. If you notice, we named smoking current to smoking history current, so that we're just simply creating a dictionary with the input parameters renamed, and then we then create a data frame passing in that dictionary. Finally, using the classification model we had uploaded, we call its predict method using a data frame, and we then return the prediction in the REST API's response body. PyFast handles all the formatting. So here we're just simply returning the prediction for item 0, because we're assuming the model will be just called for a single prediction. At the bottom of our script, we've had the following to ensure when the script is run, it imports the UVcorn server and runs it locally on port 8000. To start Swagger, start a browser and type in the following IP address with /docs at the end, and you'll then be able to test your REST API.